I'm going to give you guys a complete in-depth tutorial on how to rank up in Rocket League the fastest way possible. And before we get into anything absolutely crazy, here are all of my accolades that you could say, all these SSL tags. For those of you that don't know, SSL Supersonic Legend is the highest rank in the game. So I've been there for a decent amount of time. Now, before we get into anything, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Just kidding. Before we get into anything, camera settings is the most important thing about this entire video. If you take away one thing, monster break. Sorry, this is going to be a long video. I've had a decent amount of monsters today. If you take away one thing from this video, let it be the camera settings, guys, because this is the most important thing. We've been coaching a lot of new players lately, and they keep coming to us, and their camera settings are holding them back. That's it. The camera settings and their game sense and mechanics, but let's talk about it. First thing, turn off camera shake. Turn off camera shake! We are not playing with camera shake. We are not playing with camera shake. Guys, this is what you look like right now. We are not playing with camera shake. Turn that shit off. Turn that shit off. And while you're at it, just copy these settings right here. You can download a plugin called Bacchus Mod, which I'll put it into my description here. And then once you have that downloaded, you don't have to do anything. You just download it and run it, and then you'll have all these different options. But if you want to be cool like me, just copy my settings. I'm not really going to go crazy in depth about camera settings. Just do what feels good to you. I hate when people are like,
yeah, you should use this exact camera setting.
Because honestly, it's just preference, right? If you feel better on a certain camera setting, who am I to tell you that it's wrong? Except for camera shake. Anyone that uses camera shake, click off this video and block me. You have a mental disorder. Okay, also turn off invert swivel. That's just weird. Now, controls here. Guys, again, I'm not going to tell you what controls to use. Just make it somewhat normal. But you can just copy my controls here. I'll just slowly go through it. Yeah, you guys can slow the video down if you really want to copy my controls. But there you go. I use apparently Jack's controls. Camera settings. There's my camera settings. Controls. Here, steering sensitivity, aerial sensitivity. Sensitivity is completely based on your preference, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Controller dead zone. This is important. So you want to be as close to 0.0 without your car moving. So you see, look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Look, I'm just going to press drive. You see how my car is moving to the left? That's because of stick drift, okay? So you want this as close to 0 as possible without stick drift. Sorry, I didn't know what button was drive. Press drive, I'm still moving to the left, okay? So we're going to keep upping this until we don't move to the left. So even at 0.2, we're still moving to the left. 0.3, we're still slightly moving to the left. And then 0.4 is good. I've already tested it, so I already know it's 0.4. But yeah, so you want to have this as low as possible. Now, this is completely different than dodge dead zone, okay? Do not get this mixed up. Dodge dead zone is how much you have to move your joystick for it to register as a flip, okay? So if I have this on the lowest setting, I could barely move my joystick, like barely, and it will register as a flip, whereas I'll move my joystick the exact same amount. You can see on the controller cam down here, I do the exact same amount. It doesn't register as a flip, it registers as a jump, which will bring me into my next thing I'm going to talk about right after I put this back and go through the rest of these settings. Right here, controller vibration, turn that shit off, bro. Turn that shit off. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Just copy all that. Interface, nothing here matters except for the nameplate scale, which is actually important. You want this a little bit higher so you can see people's nameplates so you know where they are. Video settings, depends on your computer. Who am I to tell you what computer you have? Just do whatever it recommends. Do whatever it recommends. That's pretty much it. But here's what I play on: decent PC. Audio doesn't really matter. Chat, low key. Make sure you have what a save enabled. I don't even know where my what a save is. Wherever it is, I know I have it. Just make sure you have that enabled. Now with that being said, what did I just say we were going to talk about? Oh, I actually forgot. Oh, I need another drink. I actually completely forgot what I was going to talk about after that. So, yeah, okay, let's just talk about driving. Oh, I was going to talk about flipping. Okay, you can jump once. You can jump twice. Now, after your first jump, if you move your joystick in a certain direction, that will be a flip. if you're trying to flip. Like if you barely move it, depending on your dead zone, it won't flip. But if you want to flip forwards, you just pull your joystick up after your first jump. You do it quickly like that. Same thing with backwards, left, right. And then you can go diagonal. And now we're going to get a little bit advanced after we've done that because we're kind of speed running this right now. I don't need to treat you guys like babies. You know, you can learn anything if you set your mind to it. Now let's talk about flip canceling. So flip canceling is you do the front flip we just talked about, and then right after you press jump for the second time, you pull your joystick the opposite direction. So like this. So I press jump. Right after I press jump to register the flip, because remember, you pull your joystick and then flip. Right after you press flip, you pull your joystick the opposite direction. So back flip, front flip. Now, half flips, okay? How to half flip? What do we just do? We go in reverse, we do a back flip, and then we turn it the other way. Back flip, turn it the other way. Okay? And then, oops, I probably shouldn't do it towards the goal. Back flip, turn the other way, and then just press directional arrow minus square. I did cover the settings, but you have two types of arrows. Arrow, sorry, I was a bit too high. Arrow right, arrow left. Arrow right is turn to the right. Wow. Arrow left, turn to the left, very simple. And then you have free arrow, which just means you hold L1 and wherever you move your joystick is where your car will roll to. Hold on, I need a shot. Now, arrow is very complicated. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll get into it later, though. Anyways, though, go in reverse, backflip, flip it up, arrow. Go in reverse, backwards, flip it up, hold arrow. Doesn't matter which arrow you hold. That's how you do it simply. And then if you boost, it will be quicker. Which I guess we'll talk about boost a little bit now. You start out with 33 boost. Whenever you're going into a normal game, 33 boost each pad here. These little weird thingies are 12 boost each, and this huge one is 100. Okay, so you're gonna have 6, I think. Yeah, 6 of the 100 boost pads, and then you're gonna have a lot of these ones. I don't know, but there's a lot. Okay, and something really important. Let's get serious for a second. You really want to know where the boosts are without looking, right? So I can get a decent amount of boost just without even looking. Whoops, I just missed them all. That's embarrassing. Okay, let's try that again. I know where the boosts are without looking. Just go here. I guess I kind of looked. I used to be way better at it, but I don't know. I feel like it's somewhat important though to know where the boosts are. And if you're good with your boost management, you can still hit cool shots without unlimited boost. So that's something to note too. I don't know why I just put it back on unlimited. There's something I want to show you guys. I guess we're going to get pretty advanced already when we're only 8 minutes into this entire tutorial. But there's this thing called boost feathering. And by the way, guys, this is like pretty much all off the top of my head so far. I have notes in case I get a little bit lost, but so far this has all been off the dome, which is why we've talked about random ass things. So there's this concept called boost feathering. So let's say you're in an airplane, okay? As soon as the pilot takes off, they use a good amount of their boost, aka fuel, okay? As soon as they get in the air, when they're in the air, they're barely tapping the gas, right? Just to stay afloat, right? They use a ton of gas to get up here, and they're barely tapping just to keep coasting, 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 coasting. Hold on, I need a shot. So yeah, when you're in the air, you want to be boosting as little as possible for two reasons. One, to conserve boost. It's like, watch me boost. I'm boosting barely, okay? I'm barely boosting until the end, okay? So the first reason is to conserve boost. There's actually 3 reasons. Second reason is because if you full boost, you'll get in front of the ball. Like if I full boost, I'm in front of the ball. So now my entire play is ruined. And the third reason is because if you boost on the ground, you'll go faster than someone who's boosting in the air. So watch this. I'll show you guys. That was actually okay. It's kind of hard to show because I don't have unlimited boost. Okay, I'll turn on unlimited boost so you can see. Okay, so let's start from this goal and let's count the seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Around 6 seconds. Okay, well that's actually okay. It's actually not entirely accurate. I don't know why I said that because I just spent like 500 boost. Because okay, that is going to be faster. Wait, actually it might not be. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they're about the same speed, but the thing is like it's not really the same because you can get full speed on the ground without using more boost. Like right now, I'm not touching my controller, I'm staying full speed. That's because of the mechanic that if you're full speed, you can stay full speed as long as you're in a straight line. I'm not moving my controller or anything, okay? But in the air, we just reach full speed. I don't stay full speed. I have to keep boosting. Okay. So you're actually going to be better not boosting in the air because you'll waste 100 boosts. Whereas I can get, like, let's put this back on the limited boost. I can get to full speed with 20 boosts. Look. See? Full speed. So you need way more boost in the air than you do on the ground. So I guess that point was kind of hard to make if I'm being honest. But the main reason I'm for saving boost, it's because it's way harder to have control in the air when you're full boosting for one. So you just want to feather. Even when I'm on unlimited boost, I feather. But for one, it saves boost. For two, it's going to help with your control. And for three, you're not going to overcommit. Because if you miss the play and you're trying to get back so that you don't just score on you, you're not going to be able to get back if you have no boost. So that's another really important thing. Now, another thing I want to talk about is going for big boost over small pads. You only want to go for big boost if it's safe to do so. Now, that's much easier said than done. This is the main problem in ranks bronze up to Grand Champ, the second highest rank. It's really not as much of a problem once you get to SSL or even like Grand Champ 3. And for those of you that don't know, there's three ranks in three ranks in each rank. So there's bronze 1, bronze 2, bronze 3, silver 1, silver 2, silver 3, gold 1, gold 2, gold 3, plat 1, plat 2, plat 3, diamond 1, diamond 2, diamond 3, champ 1, champ 2, champ 3, grand champ 1, 2, 3. SSL only one SSL because it's the highest rank. So once you reach a certain threshold, then you become top 100 of SSL, where then MMR starts to be a thing. So if we go to, and I know it says I'm champ, it's because I don't play any of the games. I'm on Epic, so you can't really see it, but this is MMR. So they're 2600 in 2v2. And yeah, I mean, like I'm unranked, which is why it says I'm champ. But again, this account was not to be that guy, but I was #1 in the world on this exact account. You can literally put this name into Rocket League Tracker and do whatever you want. There's literally no match history. Not to defend myself, but I know those comments are going to be there. Hold on. Sorry. Now, on to the next thing. What are we talking about now? Shit, let's talk about flip resets. Just kidding. Okay, I just kind of want to say something. So when you're going for the air in the flip reset, when you flip once, just do another diagonal flip cancel, and then do a musty, and now you've learned double flip reset musties. Okay, next topic. Let's talk about power slide and then recovery. So when you're dribbling, if you press L1, if you copied my settings, you can power slide. And what's important is anytime you do any sort of recovery, and let me take a step back, to recover, the entire idea of recovering is you finish a play and you want to get back as soon as possible. In the context of going in the air, you want to land on your front four wheels. Okay, in the context of like let's say for example, we're going for a flick, we hit it over, and now we're trying to recover because now this person's closer to our net than we are. We do the half flip I taught you earlier. We speed flip. We do anything we can. So that's the recovery in the ground sense. In the air, we're trying to land on our wheels. In the air, or really in any situation, whenever you're landing, you always want to hold that drift button because it's going to make your landing continuate, right? Meaning when you're landing, if you land without drift, you're just going to be, and you're going to be stuck. Whereas if you drift, you're going to keep going, okay? So you always want to hold drift. I hope you guys have a notebook. I have my Rocket League notebook, guys. You should too. Now, whoops. Now, anyways, what's next? Oh yeah, let's just talk about recovery. So air roll. So L1 is air roll. I think I talked about this earlier, but I don't think I went crazy in depth. So L1 is air roll, meaning wherever you hold your joystick when you press L1 is where your car is going to go. If you press square while you're doing it, you're going to go right because I have my arrow right on that, and I have my L3 on air roll left. The only reason I have all three air rolls is so that I can do a MacTuff reset, which I don't even know if I can do anymore. I used to be mechanical. So you go up. Yeah, I can't do it. But basically the idea, I should not be talking about this, but the idea is you do a flip cancel like that, and then you pretty much apply it in the air. And then you hopefully you get the flip reset, and then bada bada bang. Bada bada boom, 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 bang. So anyways, what are we talking about? Oh yeah. So air roll right, square, air roll left is L1. With square, there's 16 different inputs. So if you press square and move your joystick forward, it's gonna have a different than backward. I'm not gonna go over every single directional air roll input because low key, that's too boring. No one cares about that, right? We care about flip resets. Let's teach you guys, let's teach the beginners how to flip reset. That's why we're all here, okay? Jump in the air, get the ball under the car, and just start freestyling. Fuck. Now, let me actually teach you guys how to flip reset. You guys probably weren't expecting this. Now, what you do, okay, I was teaching you guys about flip cancels. Double flip resets are actually easy. I'm going to get you guys to flip reset your first day in Rocket League, okay? You get here, you do a directional side flip. Okay, let me cancel okay, you just flip like this. Okay, top left flip. Okay. Then after you top left flip, you pull the opposite direction. Top left, bottom right. Okay. That's all you do. Now that we've got that down, go up here, jump, boost upside, get upside down, and then boost into the ball. Then do that directional flip cancel. Okay. So let's try it one more time. So we here, jump, directional air roll. Once we get upside down, boost into the ball. Okay. You got to be able to boost into the ball when you're upside down. That's the easiest way to get it. You could, once you pass that, you could just do it while you're doing the other. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you flip reset low key. Yeah, you just boost into the ball upside down, and then directional flip cancel, and yeah. So now you guys can double flip reset as plats. Nice. I'm glad my people we coach, their plat lobbies are going to be some more flip resetters. Now, yeah, what else should we talk about? So we've covered a little bit of boost management, boost feathering, saving boost, control, recovery. Let's teach you guys how to wall dash. Fuck it. So when we're wall dashing, a lot of people don't actually think this is not very practical. Hold on, shot break. So let's say, for example, you have the ball in your car, you go for a flick, it goes over. Sorry, I tried to make that go over. Let's say it goes over. Sorry, I need to hit this so it goes over. And then we're trying to get back, okay? Right here, we can take control of this ball by hitting it, and then we can wall dash into the ball, and then we have a free 1v1 right here. We could take this into an air dribble, to a 50, pop, right? We could do a lot of things, but a lot of people just inherently say that wall dashing isn't optimal. But if you want to keep control of the ball, wall dashing is probably your best bet, right? And then once you've wall dashed, you can take it to your side, and then you can just stall in the air while you try to get this to your teammate. That looked not ideal, but you can pretty much, like, a lot of people just want to sit there and have one exact play style. I feel like you don't really get the result you want of, like, being a really good player by doing what everyone else does. If you want to be extraordinary, you got to be extraordinary, right? So that's kind of my idea. Let's talk about shooting. I feel like shooting's pretty important. Let's talk about flicking first. So flicking. So let's say you want to learn how to 45 flick like that. Let's start with the basic flicks. Like, if we're being actually for real in this video for once, like flicking, put the ball in your car, front flip. Now, if you're gonna say, Dice, you just cheated. Okay, it doesn't really matter how you get the ball in your car. It's the exact same thing. Put the ball in your car, front flip. Okay, that's a basic flip. Now, I'm just gonna teleport because it's way quicker. Then you can do the same thing, side flipping. I've actually never done the side flip, but it's like I did that when I was like gold. But yeah, it's a nice little way to get the ball on the other corner without having much mechanics. Then once you pass that, then we can get into 45 flicks. So this is what it will look like in full speed once you're that guy. Just kidding. This is what it will look like in full speed once you're that guy. Just kidding. This is what it will look like in full speed, somewhat like that. So what you do, if you want to flick it on the right, jump to the left. So practice jumping to the left, jumping to the left, and then practice jumping to the left and backflipping, and then do the flip cancel we taught you. Okay, and then it should look something like that. Bang, that was a really good flick. Now, I recommend being able to do it on both sides, but if you can't, I get it. And let's see your 45 flick. Now, next thing, hold on, shot break. Now, let's talk about how to speed flip. I should have brought this up before flip resets. This is way more important. Okay, I low-key already taught you guys how to speed flip because most of these mechanics are the flip cancel, which is why I intentionally brought that up earlier. But wait, can I teach you guys how to horse dash? Hold on. This is way more cool. I'm just kidding. I'm not really kidding. It's way more cool, but way less important. Okay, so when you're speed flipping, basically, so start by doing a diagonal flip like this, like top, middle, left kind of thingy. Then do the opposite direction, and then do that while boosting. Or that's not true. Sorry, I just skipped like 3 steps. So top left, cancel the top left, and then once we cancel, drag it to so top left, bring it bottom right, and then bring it from bottom right to bottom left, and then do that while boosting. I'll do it without boosting so you see. Top left, bottom right, drag. And then add in free air roll. Sorry, top left, bottom right. You can hold air roll the whole time, by the way, but you only need it at the end. But if it makes it easier so you don't have to time it when you're new to it, you can hold it the whole time. So top left, top left, bottom right, drag to bottom left. But you only need air roll at the very end. You actually don't really need air roll at all, but it will be sloppy if you don't air roll. That's what it looks like with no air roll. But if you air roll, that's what it looks like. So now you guys know how to speed flip, you know recovery, you know air roll, you know about boost, you know about recovery. Shit, bro, you're low-key good to go, but this video is only 20 minutes. I was genuinely ready for this to be a 5-hour video. If I try to go to bed now, shit, I'm on 400 megs of caffeine. So let's keep this video going. Um, Next topic. Did I already say wall dashing? Yeah, I did. Okay. Next topic. Um, oh, shooting. I completely forgot. When we shoot, it's kind of like physics, right? So if I want a really powerful shot, I wouldn't do that, right? Because we hit the back of our car. So we want to hit the ball. So this is what it looks like with shooting. So we have edges on our car, right? So you see these corners. Any corner is going to have more power than the front, right? Which is why that had a lot more power than this would have. They look the same because it's kind of weird because the front has an edge too, right? So there's an edge on the little grill. But basically, the idea is you just want to hit it hard with an edge like that, and it will be powerful. Much easier said than done. Sometimes when you try it, will look like that, and it won't be powerful. But you want to try to hit it on the edge and then flip after you make contact with the edge. Don't flip before you make contact. Don't do this. Horrible idea. You're gonna get way more power. Make content and then flip through. Sorry. So for those of you guys that play basketball, by the way, I've never played basketball, but when you're shooting, you want to follow through after the shot, right? You don't follow through and then shoot. That doesn't make sense. You shoot and then follow through. Same thing here. When we're shooting, we hit it, follow through. Okay? Exact same concept. Now get me off this shitty car. I hate this car. Now that we covered like basic ground shots, which I'm much better in the Esper, which is the name of this car here. I'm much better in this car. But let's cover different types of shot, which is going to be much more effective, which is going to be bounce dribble shots. This shot can be way more powerful and way more threatening because it's impossible to save unless someone pre-jumps you. Pre-jumping is whenever someone jumps before you shoot in a hope to predict where you're going to hit the ball because they know that there's no way they can react. Hold on. So the idea here is you hit it and then you flip the opposite direction the ball is going. So physics 101, if an object is in motion, right, Newton, I don't even know who that is. I'm just kidding. If an object's in motion and we want to give it more power, I'm making a new Newton, Newton 30.0, Dice is Newton. If an object's in motion and we want to give it a lot of power, hit it the other direction. That's probably a law in some science book. So yeah, hit it like this in the other direction and it's going to have loads of power. Very, very simple. Next concept. Let's think. What does a new player need to know? Okay, let me just watch a few replays and see what my opponents are doing because that's pretty much as newbie as you can get. If you actually want to rank up, item shop, supporter creator, code DiceRL, make sure you renew that every 14 days or else you're going to derank. Okay, dribbling. So when you're dribbling, if you're in the white circle in any capacity, you will be under the ball. So if you want to learn how to flick like I was teaching you guys earlier, a lot of you will probably struggle with keeping it close to your car like this. What it might look like for you is like it's super far from the car like that. But to keep it super close from the car, you just have to be inside of the circle. That's literally as simple as that. See? If you're inside the circle, it will work. If you're outside the circle, it's not going to get much power. That's really the only reason it won't get much power is if you're really far outside the circle. But if you're inside the circle well, you're going to get a lot of power pretty much every time. You'll see that I'm decently consistent with the flicks. Right? So that's really all that boils down to. Let me think. What would someone ask me if I was streaming this right now? Dice, dice, dice. What would someone ask me? Shit, man. I don't know. Loki, I can't think of anything else. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't really know what else to talk about in this video. I feel like we've covered pretty much all the bases. Okay, let me cover some defensive strategies. Oh, that was nice. Let me cover some defensive strategies. So let's press play. Training packs, custom apps, browse, scroll all the way down until we see defense. Something about defense, doesn't matter what it is. Uncomfortable saves, sure. So here, just kind of do what I'm doing. The idea is to not let it go in, by the way, if you guys didn't get that. Yeah, low key, guys, I don't really have anything else to talk about. Shit. I mean, I hope you guys found this video helpful. I genuinely, like, I'm trying to think on the spot while I'm stalling with, free play, but we talked about flip resets, recoveries, air dribbles, half flips, directional air roll, free air roll, wall dashing, ball control, flicking, flip resets, MacTuff resets, speed flips, boost management, boost feathering, boost control. There's really nothing else that someone would need to rank up. I feel like with everything I've given you, you guys could hit SSL low key. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you guys. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe. And if you guys want direct one-on-one coaching, you can join my Discord and apply for one-on-one coaching. We have a lot of members, so I don't know if we have room for you, but you can always apply and then we can go from there. See you on the next video. Peace.